What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building. Want to say R.I.P. Rest in power to Biz Markie and everything that he has, offered to the music, what he offered to life, being yourself, being who you are, being funny with it, being cool with it. He didn't have to be a gangster. He didn't have to be a drug dealer. He wrote about things that made him happy, that brought joy to him, and he was a clown with it. And he was one of the first, artists to basically get hit with copyrights and all things of that nature, where, he was in the mud. He was facing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, but they had a going home celebration for Biz Markie, today. So rest in peace, rest in power to your brother. So let's get into the situation. Let's talk about love in hip hop Atlanta. Lord have mercy. It's such a crazy situation. It is so crazy. Yes, Thor. Thank you for that. For real, rest in power. And then we talk about DMX too as well in this episode. It's just so sad. Like DMX is going in his 50s. You got Biz Markie going in their 50s, and it's all due to health issues, and things of that nature. Just really makes it so sad. For real. What's going on, LSW? So R.I.P. Rest in power to Biz Markie. And, he left behind 2 kids and a wife. He was in hip hop, but he wasn't out there whoring and doing all that other stuff. He's been married for, a lot of decades, and he has 2 children. His children went to college and things of that nature. Like, he provided a way for himself and his family too, as well, without destroying the community with his lyrics too. So rest in peace, rest in power. So let's just get down to this situation. R.I.P. to DMX too as well. I just can't believe DMX is gone. Like, Lord have mercy. DMX death really, really hit me hard. I didn't think DMX had an impact on my life or me like that at all. But when he died, Lord have mercy, I was all up in shambles. Like, But let's get down to this situation. Let's talk about this bullshit right here. Let's talk about Kirk and Rasheeda fake ass. Let's talk about what they've been out here doing in these streets. Like, Lord have mercy. They got a son that lives in New York, and he's been living there for 30 years and shit like that. And Kirk and Rasheeda haven't seen that man in 12 years. And then on top of that, he had a drug problem. He was in the streets. He was doing the wrong thing. So he was hiding and running around. And Kirk is going, continue to have more kids without checking on his firstborn, without seeing if his firstborn is all good. It's like, what's going on? It's like Kirk now is bringing his son out the closet where he think he is Drake and shit like that. His son was out there in them streets suffering. What a father. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn. And it seems like Kirk, really has favoritism. His son Kai, that seems to be his favorite son. I'm just like, yo, like, what they do that at? Like, you've been on Love and Hip Hop for 10 years and shit like that. You ain't never talked about Christopher. At least I don't remember, or brought him up, put him on the show, working your business. Like, what? Like, damn, just because he was from, a time in your life that you ain't there no more, how can you just abandon your son? And Rasheeda, you know about his firstborn and you ain't try to bring them together? Like, where they do that at? All the women that I know, any of their men have kids outside of before they were together or whatever the case may be, they make sure they include that child in their life. Like, that's what women do. That's what mothers do. That's what the nurturing part of us do too as well. And then, Kirk and Kirk's son, Chris, he didn't say nothing bad. He didn't even want to say that he was out there struggling. He didn't even want to say he did it by himself, but he did say he did it by himself. And then Kirk was nowhere around. Like, Kirk, how can you do that? How can you call yourself a man? How can you get on this TV and act the way that you do? How can you be out here cheating, doing the most, and basically talking shit and talking all the shit that you talk when you got a son that was out there running the streets? You didn't know if that boy was dead or alive. You didn't check on him. You didn't have people checking on him. You didn't even have a recent picture of that man, of your son. But he made it through. He made it through without his father. He made it through without your help. He made it through. Like, Lord have mercy. Like, that is just so damn low down and dirty. Like, I don't even know how people can sleep at night when they abandon their children. They abandon their kids, knowing that they're suffering from issues and problems, and you just gonna keep moving and just collect your money, be a baller, act like you big shit on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, talk all your shit about the viewers, was watching this show and all that other stuff, and your son was out there, God knows what he's been through, what he saw, what he had to do to get his next fix, and you was good with that, and you brought Kai to New York. What about your other son? Your other son couldn't get an invitation to go unless he's on parole. Maybe he's on parole and he can't leave Atlanta. But why didn't you bring both of your sons to go see their brother in New York? Why you only bring one? And it just shows the favoritism that this son right here says that is going, well, his girlfriend said is going on. And it's like, damn, like, how can people be parents? How can people, like, just do shit like that and just think it's cool and then try to judge other people and get up on this TV and front when you got a son out here that was in the wilderness by himself, among wolves. Thank God he survived. Thank God, nothing happened to him where he ended up in jail for 10 years or he really went overboard and he couldn't come back because sometimes when you get on different narcotics, sometimes it can affect your brain so bad that you don't come back to who you are, who you is as a person. You are just lost. Some people think they're a teapot. Some people think they're a vehicle and things of that nature. But back in the day, Kurt was out there in Harlem, born in Harlem, I think, and he was out there with the dirt bikes. He was out there, Rough Riders and all that other good stuff. So he's a part of that culture. It's a unity, as Kurt was describing. But it's like, damn, you didn't even have a unity with your son. You kept up with your bike mates. You kept up with the Rough Riders. You kept up with people riding bikes coast to coast and got that unity and that respect. But damn, your son was out here hustling. Could have been gone, and it wouldn't have been nothing to you because you haven't seen the damn boy in 12 years. What kind of shit is that? Like, this is crazy. Where they do that at? I mean, that is so low down and dirty, and it's just like, Lord have mercy. I don't even know how these people can get on TV and act like they're big shit, act like they are somebody because they got a few dollars and a few bucks, but yet they leave their child out there to suffer in these streets. And then, his other children, like Kai, is having the best time of his life. He's running shit. He's doing stuff. He was involved in allegations and things of that nature. Kurt was out here protecting his son, but damn, he can protect his firstborn. That's low down, y'all. For real. In my opinion, that is so low down. But in any event, let's get to Renni Rucci. So basically, she's an up and coming rapper. She got a deal, because she was out here and she created a video with a dance, and basically she's out here making some money. She's doing the damn thing. She got 2 kids. She's a single mother. The baby father of her 2 children is nowhere around. He don't want to be around, and basically she's in love with a man that's locked up, Fuciano, that's in jail for like 4 or 5 years. She gonna sit there and be by his side, and the only reason why she's probably still with him is because he act like a father to her children. It's like, damn, that's all the motherfucker got to do is act like he love your kids, and therefore you're gonna put your life on hold for 4 to 5 years. You probably can get married in 4 to 5 years, and create a whole new life, a whole new family, and have a man that's gonna be there for you and your kids too as well. What kind of role model are these people setting? And then on top of that, it's just like, yo, so your kids are going to jail to visit this man now. He's locked up. Your man, Fuciano, had a good life. He got a good deal, and basically he couldn't let the streets go. He wasn't worried about your 2 kids then when he was committing his crimes and he was on a run. He didn't give a shit then. Now all of a sudden he's locked up and now she gonna stand by his side. Yes, stand by his side, but girl, if he comes out and he's only with you for a year or less and leave, how you gonna feel? Your kids are still gonna be hurt. So basically she still got her kids out here not on solid ground at all, point blank period. She's playing with these kids' emotions, with the father treating the kids like shit, and then now she got this man that's supposed to be a role model to her kids and be a father to her kids, and he's sitting up there he abandoned them because he got locked up because he was doing the shit that he wanted to do. He was breaking the law, baby. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew that he could be behind bars. Did he care about who was gonna be with you? Renni, did he care about that? Did he care about how the kids are gonna feel? No, because he was selfish and he wanted to live about the code of the streets. He wanted to live about the code of the gang and all that other bullshit and live up to these rap lyrics and be cool, be gangster. And now this girl gonna put her life on hold for this man. What a damn shame. I don't know what they be doing. I don't know what they be drinking out here. I don't know what they be smoking. Then let's get on to this situation where, Amaretta, poor thing, poor poor girl. You know what I mean? She's sitting there trying to tell her sister that our mama wasn't shit. Mama put a man before us. Mama said these things. Mama basically said that she didn't even want us around because it kept her away from a man. And let's not act like we ain't never heard no shit like that before come out of somebody's mouth. Sometimes, you know, we seen Caucasian women do worse. When they want a man and a man don't want their children, they'll end up in the bottom of the river. So let's not even go there. And so she's just basically trying to voice her opinion how that she's hurt because you guys are acting like she don't know nothing. You guys are acting like she lying on her mama. Mama sitting there lost. Mama looked like everything that her daughter described. Her mama looked just like that. Like she would put anybody before her motherfucking kids. And that's it. Then you got the oldest sister, Khadijah. She's basically, you know, she wasn't around like, you know, Amaretta said. So basically, you know, she wants to defend her mother. Sometimes you have that where you have one child speaking the truth and the other person trying to protect the mom and help the mom because they understand what their mom went through and what she was going through and what was happening. And they have a forgiving heart and they forgive her and they basically close a blind eye to it. But the brother, Don, whatever his name is, he was like, he agreed with, you know, Amaretta that it was true that mama did put that man before them kids. Them kids were going through hell because mama needed to get her ass wet, her tail wet just to say that she had a man, and then she still ain't with the man right now. He gone, he finito, he bye-bye, and probably left her high, dry, and everything. And so therefore, even that shit going on, Amaretta let her mother still manage her. Then her mother started to shit on her. I feel like her mother's jealous of where her daughter is at today, what her daughter's doing, and her daughter is holding her to the fire, even though it seems like Amaretta just got to let it go because her mother's not going to admit anything. She's in la la land. She still thinks she's a teenager. She still think that she's a kid. So it's just one of them situations where it's just really, really sad and it's shameful all the way around, point blank, period. And these are what our kids go through. Our kids be going through a whole lot with these parents that are having children that don't know how to be parents, for number one, because they got generational curses and they put, you know, materialistic things, or they put another human being before their kids, or they forget about their kids. Because Kirk, I can't believe you left your kid out there in the streets. And I can't believe Amaretta's mother said to her, see, I lost my man because I had you. These kids didn't ask to come in the world and ask to be here, and against all odds, you got Amaretta actually doing good and handling her business and taking care of things. Like, this is just This is a mess. And then we get Ciara. Ciara, I'm just so disappointed in you. You was acting like like, girl, you supposed to be the big sister. You supposed to, you know, hold it on right. But in any event, I blame, you know, the mom and the father for Ciara's situation with her sisters, if it's even real, because Ciara can come up with a good storyline, a good story, and Ciara can always play victim all the time. She always has a victim card. She's always getting into it with somebody. So it's just really a sad situation all the way around, point blank, period. But in any event, Ciara, she's doing her thing. She got an academy where, you know, people are paying her, you know, to learn how to do their business, open up their business and things of that nature. So she's making money, and she's been making like $200,000-$300,000 a month. So she's handling her businesses. She's a very smart woman. But when it comes down to how she deal with her family on TV, it's basically no bueno. It's a terrible situation. Like, you should not be out here acting like that towards your sisters, no matter how, you know, terrible they are, and no matter how ignorant they may be, but you was just as ignorant too as well. I was just like, damn. And mama sitting up there, she ain't got no control over Ciara. She ain't got no control over her daughters. Just disrespectful mother effers. Like, what's going on in this situation? Ciara mom acting like she don't know what's going on, why the kids ain't getting along. Mama, you and Dada put the kids against each other. You threw Ciara out in the street when she was 15 years old. You raised the twins and the other sister in the uppity life, the good life. You was living with the Joneses while you was knowing that Ciara was out here suffering. And basically, you probably told them girls that don't end up like Ciara in the projects with a baby. She ain't gonna make it nowhere, and blase in the third, and spoiling them other kids. And then look at it. Ciara is the one that's out here making them millions. Ciara's out here is the one that making it clap with that money. And then she just brought a big ass mansion in Georgia. I was like, go ahead, Ciara, but your ass was ignorant tonight, and you was ignorant in front of your damn mother, you and your sisters. But I blame your mom. I blame your mama and your father for that. But Ciara, you got to know a little bit better, because you got children of your own. and you out here acting like that. Like, it was a damn shame. Like, Lord have mercy. Yo, did y'all see this episode? Like, what was this? This was just so crazy. This was just like so embarrassing. What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, LSW? Thank you so much. What's up, Tammy George? What's up, Star? Courtney Stone, how you doing? Jay Stone, what's up? Jay Stone, it is very sad. It is very terrible. I was just like, Lord have mercy. Kirk got a son out here in these streets, and he ain't even worried about that boy. That was just, and then Rasheeda was hiding her sister, and now when they put Rasheeda's sister on TV, they're talking about she's a drug addict, she's a robber, she's a thief. I was like, Lord have mercy, where is Mama D? Where is, where are the OGs of this show? Like, where are the people that we need to see? I want to see Young Jock. I want to see Cardi Red. I want to see, I want to see Mimi. Mimi, I miss you. Where you at? Mama D, where you at? Like, Lord have mercy. But in any event, this is a sister right here. I think her name is Camille. And basically, she was working up there in Sierra's shop, and she was causing problems and situations and things of that nature. And so, she wasn't paying no booth rent. And Sierra felt like she was being used and abused by her sister. So she threw her ass out the business. And now sister has a beef with her. Like, Lord, this is just so crazy. Then we got Kirk, acting like he care about his son. You did this shit for TV. You would have went there to go to DMX funeral. RIP, rest in power, DMX. We love you, baby. But in any event, Kirk just, he would have rather just went to the DMX thing, if you ask me, because why does it take DMX passing for you to bring your ass to New York and then go see your son and then get it all on camera so you can have a storyline? It seems like they are out here drowning and dying for a storyline out here in these streets. It is just crazy, and they're using the wrong people to be the front person. Like, Lord, but in any event, it's a shame and a mother effing scandal. Like, Lord, like, what are we having going on? Kurt didn't even have a recent picture of his son. He didn't even know how his son was doing, where he was living, where he was staying. He was running the streets. It was like, damn, this is the recent picture that he had for his son, like 12 years ago. Like, Lord, like, for real, this is how we do it. And so in any event, what's his name? Safaree was feeling like, damn, Kurt, you wasn't even around your son, and you have, Safaree basically saying, I don't want to end up like Kurt. That's damn. I can't believe he got a son that's in his 30s that's living out here in New York and he hasn't seen in years, a decade, and 2 years or a year. Like, what's going on? I mean, like, Lord, 12 years. Like, and so Safaree's just like, ugh. Then Safaree end up having a conversation with Kirk, and Kirk congratulating him on having having a new baby. And right now, Safaree's not feeling that situation. He is not happy about that situation at all. He don't want to have another kid because his heart is difficult, and they got no help. Now, I don't know. Safaree and Erica was out here bragging that they making so much money on OnlyFans and shit of that nature. They can afford a nanny. What is it, because they don't trust nobody? If Kenya Moore can find a nanny, and Kenya Moore don't trust nobody with baby Brooklyn, you gonna tell me the likes of Safaree and the likes of Erica Mena can't find help? They can't get a nanny to help them with the situation, somebody to stand in, somebody to live in the situation so they can kind of continue to build their relationship. It's like they ain't even really put the work in. They didn't even really try. They wasn't even going to counseling. They wasn't even trying to work it out. Basically, their therapy was going online and running their mouth and running their business, which is a sad situation, point blank, period. I'm just like, damn, like, this is crazy, for real, for real. Like, and Kurt, you need to be ashamed of yourself to sit up here and smile on this camera and have them jewels on when you abandon your son that long. Like, Lord have mercy. How you do that? How you do that? What's up, Prosperity B? How you doing? And so, it's like a whole crazy situation. Like, Kurt ain't shit. Rasheeda ain't shit. They ain't shit. Like, Lord, they are out here. And Kurt, I can't believe you did that to your son. Like, you had all this life. You had all these years to raise and be there for your other kids. You even got grandkids that you ain't even seen that. Do you understand how effed up that is? That this motherfucker got his oldest son got grandkids, and he ain't even seen them. He ain't even know the baby mama or the wife or nothing. You know what I mean? Just like, and then the son didn't even want to shit on his father like that. He ain't no father. He ain't no daddy. He ain't nothing. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Like, this is just such a crazy situation. But in any event, Safaree is not happy and he's not feeling the second baby. It's too difficult, but he's going to try to work it out. He's going to try to do what he needs to do. But in any event, and then this poor girl, Renni Rucci, like, this is really, really sad. Like, her kids are sitting there crying to her, telling her that, daddy don't come through, daddy talking to us like this. And basically, this shit is on TV. These kids need to be in counseling instead of sitting up there with your mama in a Jew joint in her basement, pouring and drinking and shit like that. Instead of taking them on a concert on the road, these kids need to have some counseling, and you need to get into some counseling. And basically, she's sitting there bragging about, Fubu, Hubu, Giuliani, or whatever his name is, the rapper that was signed to Gucci Mane, that is locked up, that he's been the best father. And that motherfucker ain't nowhere around. He ain't gonna be around for 4 mother effing years. And you gonna put your life on hold and your kid's life on hold, talking to him every day on the phone because of some shit like that, when he chose to make the decision to leave your family, to leave y'all, and you can move on and probably get a husband that will really adopt your kids and take care of them and be a role model to them on and off, when it comes to the media, whatever the case may be. This is just real sad. And and she's convinced, and she's stuck in what she said. Well, when that man get out and leave your ass, you gonna be crying. You're gonna be like, I wasted all them years, I wasted all that time, oh my God. And you're gonna be running up and down the street trying to find them, bust out windows, because you're gonna feel like a complete fool, and your kids are gonna be suffering from 2 guys that did them wrong, their father and the guy that you chose to bring around your kids and play daddy. Just because a man play daddy don't mean he is good for your kids and good for you. And just because it's like, sometimes women get to a point in their life where just if a man buy your kids some sneakers and pat them on the head, like, oh, that's better than nothing, so they'll rock with it and stay with it and say, he's so good with my kids, and he just be doing the bare minimum. He be doing the bare average with the situation. Like, this is just so sad. What's up, Tony? What's going on? So this is just so sad, and she gonna leave her life like this? Whatever, do what you gotta do. She said she on a grind to get that money so they can live right. First of all, you need to put your kids in some counseling. Y'all need to be in group therapy, group counseling, because these kids are crying, talk about they hate their daddy, they don't want to talk to him, they block their daddy. Now they have abandonment issues with their father, how he abandoned them and he don't care. Their mommy's on the road, they feel abandoned too as well. And then the stepdaddy or the step poppy or the step somebody, Fubu, Fuho, Fujiani, or whatever his name is locked up. And so they feel abandoned by that situation. So these kids are going to suffer from abandonment issues. And she's so worried about getting money in the pocket. That money ain't going to help if your kids are lost. You ain't going to be able to enjoy it, because you're going to remember the moments that you could have did something different. But in any event, let's keep it moving, baby. What's up, Tony? How you doing? Kurt is definitely a dirt bag. And this is Fubu Ani, whatever his name, Gianni. This is the guy. He's locked up. He got the gold chain on. He got all them diamonds and everything, baby. He got all that money. So it's just what it is. But baby, that money it matters a little bit in jail, because you can have an iPhone and go live and shit and get the food that you want or whatever. But he can't do nothing for them kids but just talk to them on the phone. He can't hug them, he can't kiss them and shit like that. And he made a decision not to be there. He made the decision. But in any event, we get on to Amaretta. And so Amaretta, she's basically with her mom, and she's basically, this girl is pouring her heart out to her mom to try to tell her mom how hurt she was, how neglectful that she felt, how hurt she was. How hurtful it is for your mama to tell you that she wished she wasn't here because now she lost a man. Like, you came from her. That's the only person that you know. Daddy ain't around because her daddy died and shit like that. So only person that she got to look up to, only person that was there when she was born was her mama. And so her mama is everything to her, and for her mother to turn around and say some shit like that and then act like she don't care, say her daughter is delusional, this is sad, this is disrespectful. And I hope just people learn from this. Like, if your kids are coming to you and telling you, something happened in the past and how they feel, how it affected them, ask her questions. What did you think? Give me the example. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that happened. That will never happen again, because you're always supposed to put your family and your kids first. No outsider should come before your children at all. And I would never want you to feel that way because I love you. I gave life to you. She can't even get that from her mama. Her mama's just mad, ignorant, mad, ruthless. Her sister's ignorant, ruthless. They mad because Amaretta don't want her managing her no more. Even Amaretta gave her a chance after her mother, let a man come in and mistreat them and dog them out. And she gave her mother a chance, and her mother messed up that chance to be her manager. Now this girl can't even get a manager because she don't trust nobody, because after what her mama did to her, then at the same time she can't get even an apology from her mother. She can't even get a hug about the situation. Well, let's work on it. Mama thinks she too good. Mama don't want to talk about it. Mama don't want to face the facts that she was a no good motherfucking person, and she was a no good mother, and she put a man before her kids, and she don't want the world to know that about her, because like Amaretta said, that mama run around here talking about she take care of this person, she take care of that person, she takes care of everybody, she's the big mama, and she's not the big mama at all, point blank, period. Like, this is just all sad. This is just so sad. I'm just like, damn. And Amaretta, I feel bad for you, girl, but you continue your grind. And if you watch Amaretta, like, she's a real down to earth young lady, and she got her head on right too as well. She's not ignorant, she's not disrespectful, and some of that comes from her mother too as well. But for her mother to act like that towards her daughter is just sad, and she don't want to hear it. She still thinks she's in her teenage life. She's living her second childhood. God only knows how her mother really gets down, and it's sad that she even will portray herself like that on TV and give that type of, atmosphere to people to think about her, or just display that behavior. If she feels her daughter, is making shit up. She said, basically, you just mad because I could never give you a father. What kind of shit is that to say to your child? Like, Lord have mercy. Like, for real, for real? That is just so crazy. Oh, no, my goodness. I'm just like, damn, mama don't care. We get Safaree mother basically is telling Safaree she don't like the shit that he's doing. She don't want him online posting about his marriage, posting about Erica. She feel like it's just, this is not how I raised you. This is not how you're supposed to treat women. This is not how you're supposed to behave, point blank, period. And it's just embarrassing. And she's also calling Safaree out because he does not like to talk. He does not like to communicate, especially when it's an argument. And she basically lets us know that Safaree's not the arguing type. Basically, Safaree lets us know too as well that he don't like to argue, he don't like to bicker, he don't like all that other stuff. So he'll just be quiet, not say nothing. He'll shut down. And his mom is telling him that he's not able to shut down. You can't shut down. Marriage is hard. You can't do that. And even though Erica Mena is the worst that you can possibly say I do to, you said I do to her. You chased her down. You wanted kids with her. You wanted to get her pregnant. You wanted to film this reality TV life with her. You wanted this. You did all the begging and all the crying, and all you had to do was watch all the shit that she has done and shit that she said, and she ain't never got no help. The girl ain't never went to counseling. The girl ain't never went to therapy. And if she did, she never talked about it, and she never act like she did as well. And she ain't never act like she learned anything at all, point blank, period. She's still a troll. But in any event, when Erica says that Safaree don't want to talk about things, and he don't want to sleep in a bed at night because she wants to discuss, that their child care, what's going on with their children, what we need to do here, what we need to do there. And Safaree don't want to answer them questions. He don't want the pressure. He thinks it was going to be the easy life. Was he watching Little House on the Prairie? What TV show was he watching? What was he watching when he thought that marriage and being a father was going to be easy? It ain't going to be no problem. Like, what fairy tale, what Lifetime TV show is you watching where you got all confused? Even in your personal life, you ain't see nobody with no perfect marriage, or maybe when you seen them, their marriage was perfect to your knowledge because they done already went to the paint. They done already went to the blood and the shit. So it's just like one of them situations. Hey, what's up, Ralph? And it's just like, I'm just telling you. So mama was like, yo, you need to stay your ass off of the internet. You need to stop it. You need to let it go. You need to walk away as far as getting online, doing them hurtful things. You don't embarrass a woman like that. You don't do stuff like that. You can't shut down. So one of the things that Safaree does is he just shuts down. And the mama's trying to tell him, don't do that. You upset me. It's embarrassing to have my man, a man that, is her son, that is a man, on Twitter, basically talking about his marriage and things of that nature. You already know your son's a clown. You already know that your son likes the attention. He likes to be out here, and then he's with another attention seeking person that likes to put everything online too as well, and then get mad when you say something about it. But in any event, she's letting the world know that she is not proud of what Safaree's doing. She's not happy with the situation. This is not how she raised him. This is not how she, taught him. But basically, Safaree's doing what the hell he wants to do, and he's not going by her teaching and how she raised him. And she wanted to make sure she get on TV to tell y'all that this is not what I wanted my son to do. This is embarrassing. This is not the way you handle a situation. Marriage is not easy, and you don't go by doing it that way. And Safaree, you can't just shut down and not conversate and not talk. And then she finds out that, Erica Mena is pregnant. Safaree was like, yo, I just found out when she was 28 weeks, when she was 6 months pregnant. Now she's 7 months. And so basically, them not sleeping in the same room. I believe Erica Mena knew that she was pregnant the whole time, and she didn't want to say anything, to Safaree that she was pregnant at all, because she didn't want him to question her or try to get a procedure done or anything of that nature. So therefore, she kept it a secret, and she was hoping that he was gonna like it, or she was, she had the baby inside of her stomach, rubbing it, saying, "Your daddy gonna love us, daddy gonna love us," because she's another delusional one too as well. Because why would you marry Safaree? So Safaree on paper, he looks like a good catch. He ain't never been married. He ain't got no kids. He has, companies. He has brands and things of that nature. He does music, but at the same time, you see his other side, where how did she not know that he was all about himself? And Erica want him to be all about her, and Safaree's too much into himself to be all about her too as well. And then when a person that don't like to argue, they don't like to bicker, they don't like to fight, and they don't like to be chastised, and they don't like to argue, and you continue to do that with that person, they gonna shut down and they gonna leave, and they ain't gonna ever want to come back. So we're gonna see what happens with Safaree and Erica Mena. It might end up like Princess and Ray J, but we'll see what happens. Princess and Ray J, when you come to Princess, that was Floyd Mayweather's, ex thing. Now we find out that Chantel Jackson, she's single. She ain't with Nelly no more. I was like, damn, Chantel, you wasted all that time with Nelly, and he ain't never said I do. I hope you got your money. I hope you was able to cipher some money off that account, because allegedly you was stealing from Mayweather, hopefully, but that's all right. Chantel Jackson, she will be able to find another man to take care of her. That is for sure. That is for sure, for sure. And so, I think the mother, feels the same way that you feel, Ralph, but I don't think that she's going to say something like that on national TV. She's not going to say something like that. Basically, only thing that she's going to do is discipline her son. I don't think she was really happy with the choice or whatever the case is. So it is what it is. I was just like, damn. So she was like, I'm embarrassed. I was like, Lord, I know you are. I know you are. And this is Kurt's son that he hasn't seen in 12 years. 12 years Kurt hasn't seen his son. 12 years Kurt wasn't worried about his son. Just because his son got on drugs and he was running the street ripping and rapping, like, how would he not know how to run the streets? Kurt, you was down there in Harlem running the streets too as well. You was down when it used to be a kingpin. You used to be a drug zitter. So how do you think that your son was not going to be affected by your lifestyle, how you was moving and the shit that you was probably doing around him? He saw it was in his blood. It was in his DNA to run the streets. And then you leave New York, you leave your son behind with his baby mama, and you take your ass down there, marry Rasheeda, have 13,000 kids, and you forget about the first one. You forget about the first one. You don't even check on him. You don't even have recent pictures. You don't even have his Instagram to get recent pictures. Maybe, VH1 end up getting that recent picture. It wasn't even a recent picture. It was when the young man was like in his teens, like 17 and 18. So now he's doing good. He ain't on drugs. And basically he said the drugs that he was taking, he thought it was cool. He didn't think that it was addictive. He didn't think it was going to have that effect on him. And then he done learned a whole hard lot of lessons. And to see his father on Love and Hip Hop and don't give a damn about him, don't even come to bring the cameras. Now all of a sudden 2021, we got Kurt. He wants to bring cameras to go see his son, to check on him, to see how he's doing, because he needs a storyline. That's how we do. Like, that's low down. But It might be something to the situation as far as maybe Kurt was taking care of his son, and because the son didn't say anything bad about his father, he didn't want to say anything negative or anything like that, or he just basically said he did it on his own. And Kurt was like, "Oh, I didn't really want him to do it on his own." How do you not want him to do it on his own? Because his mama didn't have control over him. His mama couldn't tell him what to do, and so you need a man to raise a boy most of the time. But we as women have been raising boys and turning them into good men, and sometimes we have, sometimes we haven't. Sometimes the street and the dudes in the street to get a hold of your kid, and that's it. And that's how he was manipulated to get on drugs, to think the drugs were okay, wasn't going to be that bad. And he also said that he was deceived too as well with the narcotics. And Kurt didn't even go check on him. He didn't put an APB out on his son. He didn't tell his old stumping ground people to see how his son is doing, what's going on. He just left his son out there to die. And then he gonna take a picture and post it to Instagram. You low down dirty son of a gun. Dirty. And he brought his favorite son, Kai. Kai is his favorite son. He got Kai in New York. The other son, like I said, I don't know why the other son that work in the restaurant ain't there. The other son is older. He ain't the manager. He's a floater. Kai is the youngest out of the kids that can actually work in their bistro, and he's the manager. He takes him to New York to go be around DMX people, the Rough Riders, the bikers, and to meet his son. And then he was like, "Yo," Kai was like, the last time I saw you, I was 6 years old. 6 years old. And Kurt like, "Yo," and this boy is a splitting image of you, Kurt. The boy is a splitting image, from the color to the eyes to the nose to the lips to the teeth to the beard to the ears, and you just abandon him like that. What kind of shit is that? Like, Lord have mercy. Like, where they do this at, and then get on TV and act like we supposed to think this shit is normal? Who was supposed to praise Kurt because now his son is 30, got himself off drugs and got a family, is okay? And I'm just like, damn. And then he didn't even know the grandkids. The grandkids didn't even know their Uncle Kai or nothing like that. So they haven't been in contact. They haven't been around. He hasn't been checking on that boy. He just know he got kids. Somebody must have called them up from New York. "Oh, guess what? Your son done got some kids." The little girl don't even want to be in his arms. She don't even know him. He's like, "Oh, that's your uncle." I'm just like, damn. People just be throwing their kids, to the wolves sometimes. It's just like, damn, you gonna throw your kid to the wolves like that? That's how it be. I'm just like, oh man. And it's just like, and the young man, Christopher, was very humble. He wasn't trying to be negative. He wasn't trying to be rude. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. So that was cool. But it was just like, what is Sierra and her sisters? I don't know if her sisters are acting. I don't know if the mother's acting. I don't know if they was like, "Yo, we're gonna be ratchet. We're gonna be ghetto. We're gonna be hood. We're gonna come in there with these ponytails with the scrunchies and shit on and just do the most in front of our mother." Like the mother got no control over her kids. The kids just disrespectful shit. I don't know where they do that at. And then Sierra, she starts off being rude and disrespectful to her sisters, talking about, "You jealous of me. You jealous of me. And I let you work in my shop and you was fighting with my stylist. You was leaving your stuff all up over the place. You wasn't paying me booth rent." And then the sister was like, "I was working at somewhere else. I would have paid you booth rent." Sierra was like, "No, but then why didn't you pay me?" I was like, "Girl, so it's about the money?" That's what it's about, Sierra. It's about the money. It's not about the relationship, because if anything, Sierra, you're the oldest person. These are your young twin sisters. So therefore, Sierra, since you're the oldest one, and you know how your mama get down because she threw your ass out on the street and you was living in the projects, living with roaches and rats, and your mother was out there in the suburbs with these two girls, basically trying to put them against y'all. Then you continue, against you two against each other, because basically the mother probably gave up on Sierra because she got pregnant at the age of 15, and then she moved on to the next kids, because parents do that. When one messed up, they move on to the next, and hopefully that they can save this one, they can save that one. And the girls were quiet, and she just started going in. on them. Just be, I don't know why she got a scrunchie over on her head, Lord help me Jesus. But in any event, it was just like, and then Ciara was like, oh, you guys are spoiled, you guys were spoon fed. And it also seems like Ciara was jealous too as well. Ciara's jealous of the relationship that the sisters have with their mother, and Ciara's also jealous, that she had to struggle and she had to go through the hard knot life while her sisters basically got a free ride. And that's what she was saying. Don't be mad at the sisters, be mad at your mama. Your mama's the one that did that. Your mama's the one that spoiled them, like she spoiled you a little bit too as well. But Ciara, for you to be the oldest and for you to just start in and going in at your sisters like that, the first thing that you should have said was, how can we make it better? We done been through some things. We all need to apologize to one another, and let's just try to move forward in the situation and make things better. And how can we heal as a family? But you started going in and started talking about how ratchet they are, how dirty she is, like, at work and shit like that. Imagine if she wanted to get a job, somebody might not want to hire her because you're on TV talking crazy about your sister. Like, where they do this shit at? Like, she was doing the most. I was just like, damn, Ciara, tell us how you really feel. And Ciara basically was telling us that she felt bad that she was raised in the projects and it was in the suburbs. And so Ciara's like, oh, mama paid for everything for y'all. And then homegirl Camille, the one with the scrunchie on her head, she was like, mama brought all that furniture in your shop. I was like, oh, baby. Sister threw a dagger right there in Ciara's face. Like, mama's still helping you out too, girl. But it seems like Ciara's jealous because it seems like the mother and the father put the girls against each other. Now the girls are totally out of control, point blank, period. No respect for their mother whatsoever. Their mother is just a cash cow to them. And that's just the whole situation, point blank, period. But in any event, I was just like, damn. And Ciara said, oh, you jealous of me. Ciara was talking about, Ciara's calling, telling her sisters that they're little jealous bitches, ungrateful. I guess, maybe they done did some shit. She feels like they ungrateful, but to be calling them little bitches and shit like that on TV, another woman saying that to her sisters and saying it in a hateful way. She's not saying bitch like, what up, my bitch? Oh, you look good, bitch. Oh, this is my number one bitch. No, she's saying that, calling them bitches like, you dog. You know what I mean? Just and calling them this and calling them ungrateful. It's like, damn, like, you're supposed to be better. That Ciara's talking about, give me my Rolex. And then Ciara was like, I paid for your liposuction. I paid for your surgery. So we can see that these sisters all got something wrong with their looks. They don't like the way that they look. They don't like the way anything about them. Ciara is a whole model now. She's a whole plastic Barbie doll. Her sisters are following after her because, yes, they do look up to her. So her cussing them out and doing that shit to them is basically handling the situation like an adult's supposed to handle it. And Ciara couldn't do it. If she couldn't do it, she shouldn't have sat down and had a conversation with them, point blank, period. And so basically one of the sisters wanted to bust her window out. Ciara was like, go get her. And then Ciara was like, you can't fight. And I was like, Ciara, you can't fight either. So let's just stop it. And it's like, damn, you had a girl that was up in your shop sleeping with your husband at the time, Rod, and you got your sisters in there and they beating the bitch ass. And then your daughter got her ass beat at school by a grown woman. And so your sisters couldn't come up there and fight that woman for you. Like, damn, they don't love each other, y'all. Ain't no love in this situation. Ciara and her daughter been going through some shit, and she got sisters that look like this, that stack like this, talk like that, and they ain't out here swinging for their niece. Like, ain't no love lost in this mother and this family at all. Point blank, period. Ain't no love lost. Baby. I was like, this is sad. Like, this is really sad. This is what the shit that they put on. Like, what are you doing, love and hip hop? So you got this situation. I was just like, this is just embarrassing. The mama's sitting there. She can't control neither one of them. None of them. She can't control them. They don't got no respect for her, at all. She can't calm them down. And then you got little sister over here talking about, I'll beat your ass. I can fight. I ain't drunk. So she's bragging that. So basically she's telling us that she's always drunk. And so when she ain't drunk, she can fight, and she's saying that shit right in front of her mother. Like, the mother's sitting there lost. We talk about shitty parenting. It was shitty parenting all over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta tonight. Shitty mothers, shitty fathers, shitty. Like, this was just, the ultimate shitty. like for real. And then I mean, and then the sister's trying to bust out the window of their sister's car, mother sitting right there. The mother and the father, they created this shit. They created this situation because as soon as there was some distance going on between them, they should have been getting counseling. The mother should have made sure she brought Sierra back in the house and let them know that Sierra's somebody to be respected. But the mama and the daddy didn't respect Sierra because she got pregnant at 15. They threw her out on the street and they thought they was going to do better with these two. No, you didn't. If you didn't do good with Sierra, you wasn't going to do good with the rest of the two because you didn't know what you went wrong at. You just threw her out instead of finding out how she get pregnant, what happened, what went on. Not how she get pregnant, but how did she let this man blase and this, and then show her and be there with her where she didn't have to struggle. But the best thing that you did for Sierra was throw her out on the street because, baby, she's rich, bitch. She's rich. I'm just like, hey, what's up, Miss T? What's going on? So yeah, this is just this is just all the way. Hey darling, this is just like all the way. I was like, yo, this is really shitty. Like shitty. Like, yo, this is so bad. Like this is so bad on all levels. With Amaretta, with Renni Rucci, totally bad. And then, Kirk abandon his son, and then you guys know they're gonna bring on the sister again. They done talked about Rasheeda's sister. She came out of nowhere and calling her a drug addict, calling her I mean, they are really exploiting their family to keep that check. They got to pay the bills. Hopefully they're giving hopefully they're paying, their family members to get, and the son hasn't seen Kirk in like 30 years. I mean, in like 12 years. And all of a sudden, the first time he sees his father, it's on TV. Like, I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's scripted or that's fake. So you got to kind of question the situation too as well. And did they offer the son some money? Like, Lord, like what's going on? Like, this is some terrible shit. And so the next week, we're going to see Safaree mom tell Erica, listen, either go or stay. You got to make a choice. You got to make a decision. Either you're going to leave him or you're going to stay with them. And, she's out here with this wig on that look terrible. Why you got your mama out here like this, Safaree? Safaree, your mama is an extension of you. Safaree, you like to wear fur coats. You like to look good, have diamonds on. You got your mother looking like this on national TV. Y'all be doing it. Y'all be trying this shit. Yeah, how not to be a parent 101. Facts, Miss T. Facts. But that's pretty much it with the episode. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Oh, they should be embarrassed. I wouldn't even put that shit on TV that he hasn't seen his son. And then homegirl out here looking for a father for her kids, and she'll pick anybody that would pat her kids on the head. It's just sinful and shameful. Just shameful. But you also got to think about that they came from a generation where they might have thought it was okay, or they went to the same thing because it's like a generational curse. Because once you know better, you do better. You don't do the same things that were negative, that hurt you as a child or you as a human being, period. And to bring that on and pass it on to the next generations that is coming up, which is your family, which is your blood. The hate, like what's going on? Where's the love? Where's the positivity? Where's this is my sister's? Oh, this is my son. None of that whatsoever. Just really, really treacherous. I'm trying to tell you, this was treacherous. Oh, Sierra was just so ignorant. Sierra was like, I pay for your lipo. So, they have body issues. Everybody said, oh, look how you want to look. But, Sierra's a whole different person. Sierra's supposed to look like that sister or hers. She don't look nothing like that sister or hers. They don't look nothing alike. That's how she's supposed to look. She don't look nothing like that. Yes, bad parenting all day. The StreamYard is open. The phone lines is open if you guys want to call in and tell me your thoughts on the show. But it was just really sad. Lord have mercy. The kids on the show, they need to get some counseling. They need to get some help, some real counseling. Like, yo, they just putting anything out here on TV. I don't know where Mimi's at. I don't know where, Tokyo Vanity's at. I don't know where Mama D's at. Where is Scrappy? Like, we're going on these many episodes and we ain't even seeing them. And they giving us this treacherous, like, We don't all live like that. We don't all fight like that. We don't all not get along with our family. We don't disrespect, our mamas like that. What's up with the, not no respect for your elders. Lord have mercy. Oh, I was trying to figure that out. I think it was the one in the jean shorts that she got lipo for, because I don't think it was the one in the green. It could have been the one in the green, but I thought it was the other sister, the one right there, Camilla, whatever her name is. I thought it was her. So I'm thinking the one with the blue jean shorts on is the one, but she might have gave the one with the green. She said, I paid for your surgery. Give me my Rolex back. Like, damn, if you're going to give it and take it away, what? Why, if you think that they was ungrateful and they didn't deserve shit, why would you give them a Rolex anyway? Point blank, period. If they acting up and they ain't doing what they supposed to do and they're disrespectful, why are you giving them a Rollie? Like, you trying to buy their love? That ain't going to work, Ciara. Like, what's going on? Like, this is just way too much. Body dysmorphia, yes, point blank, period. Just changing up. Lord have mercy. Ciara might be, white next week. Lord have mercy. And I like Ciara too as well, but this was not a good look, Ciara. The way that you handle your sisters as an adult, I don't care. Cuss them out later on. But when you get on TV, try to show sticking together, because your brand is about women coming together and basically building up their, their self, their portfolio, getting their business license and things of that nature. Is like a sisterhood that you're creating. And then we see you cussing out your sisters and asking for that shit back, cussing them out, acting like you're going to fight them, even though they're rude and disrespectful, and you was rude and disrespectful in front of your mama. All that shit just don't look right. Cuss them out later on. Meet somewhere up. You guys should have had a counselor sitting there, where Ciara just started going in and just talking. I know the sisters were rolling their eyes and shit like that, but young people gonna do that. You just gonna have to get past that body language they give you and get to the message, because then they'll get it. But it ain't gonna be it's not gonna be nothing. Yes, it was very embarrassing, Sharon. It was very embarrassing. He can't take Erica, I know, but we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens, because sometimes this should be for TV. It was a whole lot going on. It was really bad. And when I say bad, it was just like, damn, like, this is so egregious, of watching mothers treat their daughters like shit, and then watching mothers put their kids in bad predicaments because they don't know how to choose a man, and then their kids are telling them that, Renni, her kids were telling them how hurt that they was because of their father, and now the guy that was stepping in, he's in jail, and I'm just like, this is just bad. It ain't even about the kids not rolling their eyes. They were, they roll their eyes and and shake their head, but like, last night I was out and there was a lot of young girls there. There was from 19 to probably like 26, 27, and these young ladies, they were all black. Of course they were black, because what I be. And they were all business. When I say business, they was into cryptocurrency, they was into day trading. They're all entrepreneurs, and they were very respectful to everybody. They carried themselves well, they dressed well, they had a nice attitude. So it's just like, we just get these images of us just looking so ratchet on TV and even on Instagram and everything else. But there's so many of melanated people that are doing so good and so well-rounded and very articulate and very smart, but they always put the trash in our face. They just rub the trash and the bullshit in our face. Like, it's like like, Lord have mercy. That was extra. They want that check bad. I can't even believe Kirk is hiding his son. Rasheeda was hiding her sister. Now she's gonna be hiding another sister. Like, this is terrible, for real. But in any event, thank you guys so much for coming through. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Thank you guys so much. Peace and blessings. And also, I want to notify you guys, if you guys would like to, if you guys can please check out my YouTube stories. So I posted a lot of videos to my stories. So a lot of new members of Peep Squad, they don't know what I look like. So if you go to my YouTube stories, you know, they'll be up for 7 days. I have a bunch of videos up. And so I'm going to be posting more videos to my YouTube stories. So you guys can see your girl out here acting a fool, baby. But not like this. Not like they are. And it was just so much love last night as far as, you know, older or seasonal women and young women working together, exchanging numbers, business understanding, you know, the stock market, not the regular stock market, but the cryptocurrency market and you know, different things of that nature. So, you know, the way that we're portraying, all these young people ain't like this. And the men were so very polite. The young boys were polite, opening the door, pushing the chairs in for strangers, you know, offering ladies drinks. I mean, I'm just saying that, you know, when guys are going around offering drinks, you got to be careful. You got to watch it because you don't want to get Bill Cosby out here in these streets, or, you know, Rick Ross out here in these streets, or, you know, the guy that is no longer here with us. You don't want, so you got to be careful with that. But in any event, it was just very much well-rounded, respectful, young black and black women. And you don't get to see that a lot. All they show us is this negativity about our people. But anyways, please check out my YouTube stories, baby. Yes, Ralph, he got an older son. His older son, Ralph, his older son is 30 years old and he hasn't seen him in 12 years. And 12 years, he didn't have no recent picture of his son. He didn't even know his son's, you know, kids. He didn't even know his grandkids. They would act like it was the first time they met. That's what they put out here. And if it's not true, why you put out this lie? Because if you put out a lie, we're going to talk about that lie. What's up, happy days? Good night, everybody. Unless anybody wants to call in or jump on the StreamYard is still open. The phone lines are still open. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, damn, this is just so embarrassing. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe Sierra went there. Like, Sierra, like, damn. Terrible, Ralph. I'm telling you, it was terrible. I was embarrassed for everybody tonight. I was embarrassed. Like, Lord, I was embarrassed. And Amaretta, keep your head up, girl. Keep your head up because you got a challenging life. You got a challenging mother. Lord. Good night, everybody.